and welcome to the F1 Watchalong. We're in the Sochi Grand Prix in Russia. I don't know what I've done for the titles, so I've got to call it Sochi Russian GP, but I'm back in. As you can see, I've got the green screen. Doesn't really fit, but we tried our best. Well, I'll figure out for later on for next week when we are at. No, we're not back next week. 2 weeks, I think. But welcome to the Sports Con. If you haven't heard of it before, with the Sports Corner, we do a lot of sports-based YouTube, sports-based commentary. What's happening with Lewis Hamilton here? He's just slowing down. No, thank you, Kieran. Hi, Chris. I hope you are all good. Yeah, it's a rushed one. I do apologise. I'm literally live at probably 12:02. What was it? 12:01. Because we took a trip to Morrison's and Rowan took a bit too long. Sorry, guys, if I'm just going to have to put a tweet out or something. But let us know what your predictions are for today. I'll run through the starting things in a second. I'll just put a tweet out because we want more people to come see us, don't we? We really do. Obviously, we've had a bit of a break today. We've had nearly a 2-week break, so a bit of a long one. But we're back. That's the thing. We are back. We're ready for possibly. I can't believe we didn't stream the Tuscan. I didn't get a chance to stream the Tuscan Grand Prix. We were there last. I was here. I was watching it, but I couldn't stream it because I hadn't set PC up or anything. So unfortunately, I couldn't watch it. But good race, really good race. I enjoyed it very much. I'll sort my hair out a little bit. Be that way. There you go. Looks a bit better. Obviously, you can see. I should probably go close that door. Hold up. So I am using Josh's green screen. The problem is, it's a bit too close. We're going to move it back a bit. We're going to shuffle it back because you can practically see my room anyway, but we have it like that. It doesn't matter, does it? Oof. Right, seconds, lads. The thing is, if the race gets boring, we can just piss around and do stuff. And still like that. But for now, I appreciate Josh lending me the green screen to use. It's already fallen down once. But we fixed it, we're all good. We've got Hamilton, Verstappen from row. Wow, Chris. You go through something a bit thing. Hopeful for Tuscan next. And yeah, well, obviously F1 have appointed a new Chem, a former Ferrari guy. Let me just grab a drink. This is a bit hungry, but they've appointed a former Ferrari guy as their thing to replace Chase Carey. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Yeah. I saw rumours that they're going to have. A rumour is that they're going to have the set schedule, but possibly add more races during. So they might not have a German race or a Spanish race, but then halfway through the season they might go, well, we've got a bit of time there. Can we get the track? We can get the track. Okay, can we get fans in? We can get fans in. We'll race there. Chris said, just woke up. This is 2 hours early, right? Yes, correct. Because we usually have a lovely 2 o'clock race, 2 p.m. race in the UK. I don't know what time it is in America, Chris, but we normally have a 2 p.m. race. It's a bit early, but I'm ready. I'm a bit peckish, but we'll put out a quick tweet. What do we call? We are back. We are back. Hamilton on course to beat Schumacher record. There we go. Danny Kvyat. Obviously played racing in his home race today. It'll be interesting how Schumacher's record. Can he do it? Or can Max put a road? Can Verstappen or Bottas put a dent? Dent. What would you call it? Put a roadblock in front of him because it's racing in it. You see what I did in front of him. Sorry, lads and ladies. I will be with you in a second. In front of him. Hashtag F1. What's the hashtag? Is it Russian GP. This one, we'll do that. I'm guessing it's hashtag Sochi Grand Prix. Okay. Hashtag F1. F1 2020. There we go. We'll leave it as that. We'll get a GIF. Who's the favourite? It is Lewis, in it. So we'll get Hamilton. I'll read your comments if there is any. When you type Hamilton, surprisingly, it comes with the musical Hamilton, which I'm a fan of. But for right now, I need Big Lewis. There he is. Lovely Lewis. Boom. It's not the best word to tweet, but we've tweeted. All right. Aloha. Hello, Prince. 5 a.m. here. I think Max would. It would be more like some spike strips. Top 3 predictions: Verstappen, Hamilton, Bottas. Jesus, he's gone for Max. He's gone for Max. It's bold. I think 5 a.m. That's early. Prince, I'm guessing Portugal 1. No, 2. It's 2 hours, so it's either 10 a.m. or it's 2. But I'm guessing it's 2. You're ahead of us. Right. So I managed to get the load out of the podium, the positions, because there's been a lot of changes with penalties, etc. So it's Hamilton in P1, Hamilton starting in pole, then Verstappen, Bottas, and Perez. Perez getting on that second row. That first one always is one of the contentious ones, because we just don't know who's going to finish it. It could be Renault, it could be McLaren. Speaking of Renault, it's Daniel Ricciardo finishing 5th, and Carlos Sainz qualifying in 6th. Good qualifying for Danny Rick. I wrote a thing, and I predicted Danny Rick to get 4th. I just thought he showed so much pace in these past couple of weeks. Hamilton under investigation. This could be good. Ooh, what for, Chris? Portugal same time as the UK. Right, got that close. What's he under investigation? Is that for the qualifying when he may have not made it to the line? Ooh, encroachment. Interesting. All the cars now, all the things leaving, they'll have the formation lap. But in P7, P8, it's Esteban Ocon and Honduras. Esteban Ocon getting a good qualifying. We've seen him be quite far away from Daniel in qualifying, but sticking close to him by just 2 places. Same Lando and Carlos. And then it's Pierre Gasly and Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc getting that 10th position. Pierre Gasly in that 9th. I feel mean because I didn't put Pierre Gasly in that top 10, but I just feel like he's going to be running. A lot of these drivers are going to be running on that high of the Italian Grand Prix, and I think Alex Albon is the only one who I could see really have a stellar race of just working his way through the pack. Something on the outlap, I think, I don't know, I'm just waking up. Yeah, he said something about encroachment. So I'm sure we'll see when he comes back. Then in P11, it's Danny Kvyat in his home race, and Lance Stroll in P12. Stroll, wow, really far. Well, we know why in Q2 he did thingy. His car wouldn't work. Daniel Russell, George Russell and Sebastian Vettel 30th, 14th, Alex Albon 15th, and Romain Grosjean 16th, Giovinazzi 17th, Magnussen 18th, Raikkonen 19th, and Latifi in 20th. So Nicholas Latifi did qualify in 19th, but he did get a penalty. Right. Got some snacks. Oh, Magnussen's starting very slow. It's on the formation lap. Hamilton wins to equal Schumacher's record. The stewards take it away. Imagine. I mean, it's interesting because we've had 2 really amazing races, and I think this will take us back to what we expect, like the Spain and stuff, of quite a boring race. But remember, we saw in F2 there was a big crash between Jack Aitken and Luca Giotto. Other than I cry of happiness. There were a big crash between Luca Giotto and Jack Aitken. They're both all right, but the F2 race got cancelled because of the shunt, just because the barrier just was absolutely messed up. A bit confident the car was on fire as well, so. But both of them are good, which is what you want to hear. Probably. Pardon me. Definitely took a really big bite. Magnussen didn't get away clean from the line there. I'm just looking. Hamilton. I can't say anything. Let me go. No, I'll go Hamilton. Just come with him beating the record. Can't see anything. Cannot see anything at all. But hey, we don't know. Oh, replay shows Mercedes said affirm when Hamilton asked if he could do another practice start after pit exit. Which basically means, obviously, if you don't know, they're not allowed to really communicate with each other about certain stuff. So that's very interesting. Nothing against Lewis, but anything that screws him, yeah. I love Lewis Hamilton's British, but we'd love to see him try. That's the thing. I think people that don't like F1 don't really like Lewis Hamilton because of his persona. I think people that are F1 fans like Lewis Hamilton because he's an incredible driver. We know he is. Like getting out of Q2 last time, which is great. It's really good. Getting out of it when with 1 second left and then he hits a stellar lap. It's only something that Lewis could do. See Nicholas Latifi, I think. There it is. But it's very, very interesting. Apparently going to do it after the race to decide about Hamilton's penalty, which is interesting. But 3 lights, 4 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights, and it's lights out. Here we go. And it's a Williams who gets a good start there. It's George Russell. But Bottas gets past Max Verstappen. It's in Daniel Ricciardo. Esteban Ocon is a McLaren who has a bad start, and that's Carlos Sainz. So it's Verstappen, Ricciardo, Esteban Ocon up into 5th. There's a lot of flame stuff. It's such a wide track. Bottas is launching on Lewis Hamilton. It's a Red Bull runs wide there. So does a McLaren. And when a McLaren spun. A McLaren has spun out. I don't know who it is. Someone has spun out, but it's Daniel Ricciardo's launching on Max Verstappen. Daniel Ricciardo in P3. There is a yellow flag, though. There is a yellow flag, and it's... Lance Stroll has crashed. And there's going to be a yellow flag. I mean, it's going to be a safety car. It's going to be a safety car. Lance Stroll crashing. I'm sorry, but what you said needs to be a penalty. Consistency for penalties. Yeah, Ocon Group was a while ago. Yeah, of course. But I think it needs to happen now. Verstappen gets above Renault. Gets above Ricciardo. The McLaren's now an amazing start. It's Stroll and Sainz both. Sainz has crashed. Stroll has crashed. Norris spun out. I'm pretty confident Norris spun out. So he's in 18th. Alex Albon 17th. Horrid start. The Williams. And Russell losing one spot. Nicholas Latifi getting in 4, but it's Lance Stroll spinning out early on. Well, lads. We talked about the Tuscan. Wow. 5th time in the last 6 years that there's been a safety car in the first lap. Carlos Sainz looks okay. He's walking, which is what you want to hear. Here's what you want to see. Oh, that front left's masked up. I'm just waiting to see if they're going to show it. It is a lovely track in it. In terms of like the whole surrounding it. They've got fans. Oh, they might have fans here. Didn't know that. It is a lovely track though, isn't it? It is. In terms of location. In the middle of the mountains. Oh, are you seeing Lance Stroll there? Let me just see, because his front wing's in the middle of the track, so cars are going to have to avoid that. It's Russian Grand Prix. Safety car, yes. Time to make coffee now. I would, but obviously, I believe in you. I've got my glass of water. I'm sure if I ask someone nicer, they might make one. I don't know. Safety car straight away. Crash already. What was it this season? Safety car, yes. Time to make coffee now. Best Russian GP ever. Yes, so you're looking at big climbs, and it's George Russell who's going to be pitting here. I'm guessing because he's lost a lot of places in the under safety. Yeah. So Albon and Norris all pitting. And so is George Russell. So interesting now. It's going to be a tyre change. Just a tyre change for Alex Albon. For Lando Norris, I think it's a tyre change and a front wing change. It's a slow. The tyre won't go on for Lando Norris. George Russell does come out ahead of Alex Albon, and Lando Norris does lose a place to Alex Albon. But 2 people are now. It's Carlos Sainz and Lance Stroll, race point, and McLaren. So my predictions are out the window. Poor Lance. It'll be interesting to see what happens. If you just natural spin out, or is it being hit into? We'll see it. I think we'll see it now. Oh, this is the start. We're showing the start of the race. It's a great start by Hamilton. He gets such a launch, but so does Bottas. And Daniel Ricciardo really gets a great one, who just launches it on the outside of Max Verstappen. Yeah, I'm just trying to look at Lance Stroll. He's back there. Oh, we see Stroll gets outside on the outside of Carlos Sainz. Oh, that's what it. Oh, so Sainz runs wide. and Lance hits the curb. I was just going to safety car, and there was crash straight after poor safety. In fairness, the safety car drivers usually don't actually do that much in a normal race, so they're pretty decent for when it comes to this mental of a season. We just showing Max Verstappen, and it's shown when Bottas is overtaking Hamilton, and he just runs. I think Max chooses to run wide, which allows Daniel Ricciardo to go on the outside of him. Showing Bottas to start. Bottas getting the quickest start along with his teammate Lewis Hamilton. 20 things against poor Ben Maylander. I suppose if he gets to drive, he gets to drive. Something that he probably rarely does it in the races. I'm trying to make as much noise. I'll put my phone on mute just in case. But well, what a start! What a start! And yeah, yellow flag already. I mean, we saw that the other race got cancelled because of the thing. I expect, let's say, I don't want. Oh, so Carlos Sainz, he launches it, going into the corner. He does run wide. Oh, that's not nice. So Carlos runs wide. Oh, and Lando has to do it, but Carlos runs wide and he hits the wall. There's not much space there. They're just showing a Ferrari that would be Sebastian Vettel. He's probably got a better view of this. A Haas locks up. Ooh, he had to do well there to avoid it. I mean, I think it's a Haas who actually has got a good start here. I think Lance just hits the curb and it just goes straight into the wall. So Lance complaining, saying he got hit. Is it a thing in? I think thing is just hit me. So Lance goes on the outside. I think he's just been shunted from behind. That's a poor angle. Hopefully Sky Sports have got another one. But I think he just gets shunted from behind. We are getting a lot of crashes. Mental, because it's not even. It's the same with football. With the first week it came back. They're just re-showing Carlos here. Because Carlos actually does alright. He just doesn't get enough turn on his car. It is quite an unsafe exit, isn't it? You would expect it to be a lot wider just because you are having to tuck it in then tuck it out. If it depends where you go. I'm just watching Sergio Perez now. Will Perez have a better view of this? He's sitting in P6 right now. I know it's just Perez looking at the Renault battle. So we're just seeing now. No. But yeah, it's a safety car. Yeah, with the football, we had like an unreal amount of goals in the first games. And same with F1 though, but with F1, now there haven't been much rusting. There should be any rustiness. Oh, that's good. Lance is on the motorbike. Wow. Poor Lance. I do feel sorry for him because he does get so much hate for being a paid driver. We know he is. We know that he got his seat thingy. But at the end of the day, I believe if he's not performing well in terms of money, I think Lawrence Stroll will go to him. Lance, you're not performing well. I'm going to take you out. And I think he does seem like a money motivated man, Lawrence Stroll, and a businessman. Just showing Lando Norris now, who's got a tough. Saying there's something wrong with the car. Not good for McLaren. This thing. Not good for McLaren at all. Sergio Perez in P6. I'm just trying to see Perez not making any. Has never made a place on the first lap. Esteban Ocon though doing well, getting P4 above his teammate Daniel Ricciardo. Hamilton in P1. Bottas in P2 gets past Max Verstappen in P3. The Red Bull. Losing the place. Esteban Ocon, Ricciardo, Sergio Perez, Pierre Gasly, Charles Leclerc in 8th. It's the Haas who have a great start in 9th and 10th, obviously. They were fab, but they've got past Kvyat, Giovinazzi, Vettel, Latifi, Raikkonen, Russell, Albon, and Norris. I wonder what happened. The season's been mental, yeah. Something I don't think, if you asked an F1 fan, I can't wait for the end of the year YouTube videos of where people are summing up the season. Because people just, what the fuck with the season? Like, we thought it was mental that Lando Norris was having, in Austria, had them 2 last lap Landos. How weird is it? Lance's look / skills run out. Perez Vettel announcement. I don't know how what Lance and Sergio's relationship is. I don't know whether it's strong, and I don't know whether he's like, oh, I'm quite sad to see him go. I enjoy having him as a teammate because then two are really competitive with each other. And think bringing in Sebastian Vettel, he will probably be that number one guy. I think maybe Lance was hoping that he could be that number one guy next season if he's had because he's had a podium over his teammate Perez. They're just showing Lando Norris's start. Doesn't have an amazing start. Pierre Gasly gets an amazing start. He gets over 2 McLarens. Lando's trying to fight. He's got no room. He's right in the middle. I've just dropped a chocolate chip. No, I haven't. It's landed here. Yeah. Poor Lando. He just gets squeezed out. Yeah. He just gets squeezed out, and then obviously when Carlos comes across, he runs over all the debris. If you're McLaren, not amazing. Not amazing. But 2 cars to remove, so we're going to get a long safety car. Rip Ferrari, I'd say again. Charles in 8th, Chris. Charles in 8th. You can let him off. And Seb's further up than he qualified. I'm pretty confident. No, he's where he qualified. No, he's not. He's 1 up. Latifi up 6. Jordan up 5. Magnussen up 9. Grosjean up 6. Ocon up 3. Raikkonen up 4. I don't even know what Ferrari is supposed to be anymore. Who knows? Who really? It's really such a strange situation with the minute. It is such a strange situation. But also, I'm thinking, imagine if there's a red flag. And I think that what you saw with Aitken and Giotto, the session had to be stopped. So let's say someone does come off at that part of the track, they wouldn't end the big F1 race, but they definitely, what's it called? They definitely red flag it. I'm seeing Otmar there, who'll be moderately happy, I suppose. Lance is out, but Sergio is still in. I was watching the practice Leclerc on board. The engine was off, like it was sold. Ferrari need that restart next year. Let Seb go. Let Seb go. Bring in Carlos. Carlos can try and get his confidence back. He'll really challenge Charles Leclerc if they've got a good car. I don't understand why they haven't. It might be Charles Leclerc clips Lance. Interesting. F2 was awesome. So I just saw the crash because normally with F2, I'm either not up, but today I want to go to Morrison's first, get a drink. Never got one. But so I didn't get to watch it. Before I went, I saw the Aitken Giotto crash, which stopped it. I'm glad they're both alright though, but mad. It's interesting with the F2 this year because you've got 3 drivers who are really clamouring for a place. You've got Callum Ilott, Robert Schwartzman and Mick Schumacher. I think one's definitely going to go to Alpha to replace Giovinazzi. I don't think Giovinazzi will get another seat. Maybe Raikkonen as well. I think Raikkonen possibly might retire on like the most maddest of seasons. And then you've got, so I think either Mick, well, they're all Ferrari drivers, aren't they? So there's possibly 2 seats there, and then maybe an AlphaTauri replacing Kvyat. I don't know if Kvyat's staying. I know Williams has got the same. Haas as well, or another one where space might open up maybe for a Grosjean. But yeah. Interesting to see where them 3 lads go. If you know a bit about F2, let us know where you think they're going to go to. And who do you think they're replacing? That's right. Where's Hamilton under investigation? So, basically, before they came out, he asked if they could do a practice start and a pit exit. And so normally they're not allowed to reply the team, but the team replied affirm. So they're not allowed to say certain stuff after when they're on the track at the start of the race. But it's green flag. The safety car has gone in. When they get back to the line, we'll go racing. Here we go. And they're going down the main straight now. It's going to be Hamilton, Bottas, and Max Verstappen. Then there'll be the two Renaults of Ocon and Daniel Ricciardo, Sergio Perez. Then it's Gasly, Charles Leclerc. Then you've got the two Haas's really fighting, but you've got Giovinazzi under pressure from Sebastian Vettel here. And then you've still got the McLaren, the Red Bull. McLaren, Norris not looking quick. But yeah, because basically because Mercedes confirmed to Hamilton they could do that. It's penalty. I think it happened in Hungary where the weather were changing. So Grosjean and Magnussen asked, "Can I come in?" And they said they didn't. And they said, "You can." So then they came in and they got a penalty for that because they're not allowed to tell them. So if the driver says, "I'm coming in for wets," fair enough. So that's because that's what Kvyat went, "Can I come in?" And the team didn't reply. So Kvyat started on what the tyres he was starting at, but he didn't reply. Lando Norris gets past Alex Albon, which is they're switching in and out for the timing charts. There's already a big gap between everyone. Norris does get past Albon again, but them two do keep on switching. Be interesting to see how Lando Norris does this, Once Hamilton sets fastest lap. Obviously, Jesus Christ, he's 7/10 quicker than Bottas. I think Hamilton's got the record today. It's going to be that second, third, fourth, and fifth, really, between Bottas, Verstappen, Ocon, and Ricciardo, and Perez, really. Add on into there. Yeah, Renault's having a great race. If the race ends now, fourth and fifth would be incredible for them. Would be real incredible. Just showing Lando Norris, I think he's overtaken Alex Albon. Just tracks him, gets him on the inside. Looks like Albon slows down quite a bit. Norris just battling on the straight. Alex Albon, he gets close, doesn't he? But then Albon gets back past him. Then they'll curve round, and then Lando Norris gets him on the inside of the. I'm guessing that. So you go lefty. It's probably like the fourth to last corner, if that helps. Yeah, penalty for Hamilton. Time penalty, 5 seconds. This is where the Russian GP starts. True Prince. Interesting now to see if Bottas can keep in. It's because he conducted practice start outside of the area that the drivers are allowed to. That's why. So not even the confirm. So he's got violation 1, violation 2. Oh! 2 violations, which means that's a 10-second penalty. So he doesn't stop in the pit lane, and then he stops on the track and does a start. Very strange, but 10 seconds for Hamilton. 10 seconds. And now this is interesting. This is very interesting. We're just seeing the FIA race stewards currently. I've just got a message off my mum talking about the F1. I managed to get her a little bit into it. What she said. All right, she's telling me about the Hamilton's thing. But 10 seconds. Now, 10 seconds is still not enough for fluid. The mental thing is, yeah, you say the rubbing hands, but Hamilton can easily win by 10 seconds. He's 1 second ahead of Bottas already. Pit stops and everything. Is Bottas on max now? Maybe possible, but no, because Hamilton, it's a pit stop penalty. This will be interesting. Hamilton might have to do 2 pit stops for 2 different penalties. Interesting, so Karen Chanduk's talking about it. So possibly Hamilton has to take the pit and take the 1 5-second penalty, but he don't think he has to do them 2 separately. He can't do them both at the same time. Kvyat does get past Romain Grosjean. Poor Roman. Not poor Roman. What am I saying? Obviously, Roman not getting a point. Obviously, you expect from the Williams not to get points, but Roman, K-Mag's got one. Grosjean should get them. I think that's going to put his place at Haas under threat. I think Magnussen has got minor. He's only on 1 point, but it's minor justification to stay over Grosjean if they want to get rid of one. So Sebastian Vettel now hunting down Antonio Giovinazzi. And there's no investigation. Ooh, we need a race book out here. If Hamilton wins now, wow, yeah. We know we can do it, but he's nearly 2 seconds ahead already. Nearly 2 seconds. And it's only been 2 laps. 2 laps. Race control, I've got DNRS. Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen saying he's got no rear grip. It's insane. So, you know that means he'll be fine. So whenever Max you talk about like Lewis complains, and when he complains, he actually drives a stellar lap. When Max always complains, but he's normally just usually fine. My hair's absolutely mental. I just realised at the back. One of them things. Kimi Räikkönen. Ooh, Latifi defends well against Kimi. I want to replace both drivers next year, and one of them. How did I forget about Sergio at Haas? Ooh, Kimi Räikkönen. Get us past to Nicholas Latifi. I like Nicholas Latifi. There's something about him. This is a dream way to beat Schumacher. Yeah, do it with a 10-second penalty as well. Like, oh yeah. Equaled his record. Oh yeah. Did it with 10 seconds. Perez is going to be one that you probably think ill of, and then maybe both Alfa Romeo's being replaced by Robert and Mick. Possibly. I don't know whether Kimi's wanted to do another season. I don't know whether Giovinazzi, they have faith in him. So I like Antonio, but he hasn't done anything that makes me think he could be that big guy. Oh. Perez might be under investigation now. Ooh. Perez might be under investigation because apparently he might have failed to go back through the bollards after going off at turn 2. Interesting. They made it apparently, well, in practice too, they made it clear that if anyone doesn't go through them barricades at turn 2, they'll definitely. I think I already know who's going to get the fastest lap. Well, if you think it's going to be Kevin Magnussen, you are correct, Prince, because it's definitely going to be K-Mag. Definitely going to be K-Mag. Let me have a drink. Sochi quite long. We're at 53 laps, but because it's like a minute and 40 track. We're just listening to Lewis Hamilton. 10 seconds. It's just his team. 10-second penalty. Damn it. I think Lewis. When's the next race? I think it's Germany in 2 weeks in the Nürburgring. I'll check out for you while yeah, Lewis, not seeing him too pleased about that. He'll always question it. I think all drivers will go, "What? Why is that? Because of that." But I think he will know. I think he definitely will know. We're just gonna. Right, sorry, I'm just trying to find out for you, Prince. Racing, Germany, round 11. It's on the 9th of October, so we've got another 2-week break. So I won't be back next week, but I'll be back the week after for the race in Germany. It is at the Anamaco. It's called the Anamaco Grosse Preis de Eiffel. I'm pretty confident it's just at the Nürburgring, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Alex Albon, George Russell, and Lando Norris, the three boys, the Twitch lads, and Alex Albon. Oh wow, George Russell getting past. George Russell's. Wow. Lando Norris was winning the race, and now it's George Russell leading Alex Albon. Ooh, Lando Norris on the inside of Alex Albon. Ooh, Alex Albon just does it. Ooh, Norris goes a bit wide there. I don't think be able to think. George Russell though, leading a Red Bull and a McLaren. This is interesting. Go on, George. Considering it's Germany, I'd rather have Hamilton beat the record today. Well, he can't beat the record today, Prince. He can equal it today, but he can beat it at Germany. I'm pretty confident because he's currently on 90. So I think he gets 91, which would equalise, and the 92 would win. I'm just looking now. Hamilton under investigation. We know that he's on 8 penalty points already. If the FIA hands him 2 2-point penalties, that could be a race ban, which means he wouldn't race in Germany. What do you think? What do you think they will kick Albon out? Who would you replace him with? I would love to see Hulkenberg in that Red Bull. It's a tough situation because it's very similar to the AlphaTauri situation where Pierre wasn't good in the Red Bull, yet he was good in AlphaTauri, and I think it could be the same with Albon. I think Albon could be good in another car. I would not want to see him leave F1 because I really think he's got the talent for it. But then there wouldn't be enough seats. It's all to do if these F2 call-ups do come true. Because Alex has had moments of, I could get a podium, and he's got a podium. Obviously, he had Brazil, he had Austria. Yeah, he had Austria where Hamilton goes into him again. Karoo Chan is calling Lando the big loser. And then he obviously got the podium last week, and I think it's unfair, right, if it doesn't. Hulkenberg or Perez at Red Bull for me. You know what? I'd be happy to see Perez there. I really would. Sorry, also check my teeth. That's just horrible. Hamilton ahead of Bottas. It's Verstappen, it's Ocon, it's Ricciardo, Perez, Gasly, Leclerc, Magnussen, Kvyat, Bottas team radio start closing up the gap to Lewis, Magnussen, Kvyat, Grosjean, Giovinazzi, Vettel, Raikkonen, Latifi, Russell, Albon, Norris, DNF, Sainz, Stroll, and Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz, he ran into a tier 2, he ran into the barricade, hit the barricade. Oh, sorry, guys, I really am. I should have got something to wake me up. So I was stupid enough, I stayed up late last night. But I've been looking forward to this race. Oh, Josh Russell linking up Alex Albon will try and make him pay. And I think he will. Alex Albon does get past to him. Poor George, man. Something we don't see from George. George is normally quite a consistent driver. He just gets overtook because the Williams has no pace. And then Lando Norris will get past him now as well. Oh, no, he waits. Massive chance for Bottas to win and close the gap on Hamilton in the Drivers' Championship. For sure. For sure. I think Hamilton's got it anyway when it. But like I said, if he does get 2 points, he could get a race ban, which means Bottas has got another chance. We're just looking to see if there's. I think Kvyat has got past Magnussen. Lando Norris does get past George Russell. George Russell now back in 18th, where he's extremely used to being, unfortunately. Interesting. I'm just trying to look. I'm really disappointed in Carlos. Yeah, fortunately, can't really see it. Mental. It's the problem when we're doing these streams. We've talked about it so much. Thank you to everyone listening to the chat. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got not another live stream tonight, but we've got one on Saturday for Arsenal Liverpool. It'll be very fun games. Tune into that on Saturday if you're a football fan. Some Monday, sir, if you're a football fan. I won't be back next week, but I'll be back on the week after, on the weekend of the 9th. Hamilton. Just wanted to get some. Merck wanting Hamilton to get a bit of time. I'm going to lift. Prince, what have you said? Let's be honest. Championship is over. I just want a good race. Yeah, for sure. Unfortunately, like you said, I do think it's over. The Hamilton is so good. Hamilton pin? Not yet. They're just getting ready. Vettel will be closing down Giovinazzi. But in fairness, Vettel's been stuck behind Giovinazzi the entire race. Yeah, championship. Let's have a look at the championship points. I'm going to sneeze. We'll hold it in. Hold on, move mic actually when it comes. I'm not going to mute my mic. Sorry, guys, if I'm blowing your ears out. I do apologise. Schedule, not standings. We want 2020 drivers. There we go. Hamilton 190, Bottas 135. So wins 25 points. 40. That's 160. Hamilton, let's say he finishes in 3rd. If he does get a race ban, How much gap is ideal if a team wants to double stack in a pit stop? So it depends how long the pit stop is. 7 seconds. I think 6 seconds. I think Chris, American Chris can let you know. American Chris can let you know. 4 secs. Oh yeah, same with Prince. It's not much. It depends on the team. If it's a good pit, if it's a team that can pit stop, it's probably like 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Because obviously you have to slow down coming into the pit lane. Ooh, Sergio Perez fight against Daniel Ricciardo. Perez on the outside. Can't make it still. Does nice there. Ooh, Perez will still fight with him on the inside. Will Perez get him on the inside? Daniel Ricciardo. Oh, that's nice by Sergio Perez. Sergio Perez, lovely there from him. That's what you want to see from the Racing Point man. A man who will be fighting for his seat. George Russell pitting again. Very strange. I think he might retire here because something you rarely see from Russell is pitting twice in. Sorry, Bagel. Unless he's going, Mercedes can do it 4 seconds, yeah. Unless, I'm saying with Williams probably. Unless they're going for like a proper mental strategy of give George hards and see if you go till the end of the race or something. I don't know. I realised I complained, didn't we? This screen script should have run. A Ferrari needs 15 seconds to still make the second driver wait. Haas needs Checo. He could bring any just perfect. He would be great. Bring in him and then bring in like I'm trying to think. Callum Miller have you a British audience. So you've got your British, American, and Mexican, probably your three main marketers for the American side. If not, Callum Miller's American, English, innit? And if not, Schwartzman can bring the Russian. Schumacher brings the German and brings a name. Man City agreed 50 million. Yeah, I saw the rumor Diaz and his girlfriend were flying. It's Daniel Ricciardo who's going to pit. Interesting to see what Daniel does with this now. He's going to drop further down, but we know Daniel can make tyres last. Oh, look. Interesting here. Good pit stop by Renault. That's a really good pit stop, I think. Ooh, Ricardo dropped very far down the table, but we'll have fresher tyres. They'll be on them hards. And we kind of got Hamilton go against him. I never thought I'd say it. I suppose Hamilton, he's got nothing to lose, so just make them tyres go for as long as he can, then come in. That's when the Benfica and people don't realise what that means. Is Argentinian in it? Otamendi, yeah. Poor Nick. Send it back like. I know this is F1 stream, but we are a football channel at the same time. I don't really know much about Ruben Dias, so I can't really say if he's good. That's known from FIFA. It's all to do with Alex Albon now. Because it's Latifi, Albon and Ricciardo. Hamilton is coming in now. Bottas will get past him. It's such a long pit straight. It's a really long pit straight, I think, that we do see. Hamilton comes in. He's going to do the 10 seconds. Sorry, Hamilton is doing the pit stop. He's definitely doing 10 second. He's done the 10-second penalty and it's been served. He's got hards. Hamilton's going down the pit straight now. Will Daniel Ricciardo get out ahead of him? Well, Hamilton will let him go, but Ricciardo's close. Ricciardo is close. Oh, I was wondering how Paul would be because oh, I understand now. Hamilton complaining. 10 second. Mental. Thing is, you look at the 10 second, he's only in 11th. He's in 11th on a 10-second penalty. Mental. It's very interesting now because I think Daniel Ricciardo now can really push. it just proves how much of a gap he had against Ricciardo. We've seen Lando Norris now. I think he's getting past Nicholas Latifi on the outside and then onto the inside. Very nice. Poor Williams. Next year, I'm hoping we can see a bit more of a Williams. It's kind of a soul combo situation with us. Yeah. I hope we can sort of see seeing this Williams be competitive in terms of he has with the Alphas, but in terms of race pace, they normally last. Hopefully Hamilton gets stuck in traffic. Hopefully. Well, he will. Because of Vettel, Grosjean, Magnussen, Kvyat, and Leclerc, Gasly. In fairness, the big drivers is Ricciardo and Hamilton, but it's Hamilton team radio. So apparently Hamilton did have to save when he changed tyres. So Hamilton wanted to just let it happen at the end of the race so he could get a good lead so he's not in traffic. But getting Vettel and Hamilton, who would have thought would have had about for 10th with Sebastian Vettel and Hamilton and Ricciardo, it's Grosjean who does pit. So if Grosjean can have a good pit here. Pits. That's in. And he's out. Half decent pit stop by Haas. Williams comes in, that'll be Nicholas Latifi. Giovinazzi does get past Latifi. Will his teammate George Russell get past him? So you have to serve it during the pit stop. Imagine Grosjean smashing Ham's win. Things we might love to see. Unfortunately, it's Grosjean is down in 15th. We can still hope K-Mag or Danny Kvyat torpedo. He loves a bit of torpedo on this track, doesn't he? We see Charles Leclerc now catching Pierre Gasly up. His mental just proves how good at driving Charles Leclerc is when he's challenging for 6th in that Ferrari car, whereas Vettel's sitting in 9th. Bottas does set the fastest up. It's 5-second gap nearly to Max Verstappen, which is perfect, really, for him. Oh. And so it's Esteban Ocon who does pit. It's Pierre Ocon and Gasly have both pitted, so it'll be to see where Hamilton and Ricciardo do come out. It's Leclerc just get past Ocon, Kvyat gets past Ocon in the pit lane. Ocon's already done his pit. This will be very interesting now. Oh, Vettel, Hamilton now in 8th and 9th, gets past Gasly, and they do get past Esteban Ocon, but it's Hamilton launching it on the inside, outside of Sebastian Vettel, quite easy. Very easy, in fact. Such as like launching bit of it. Grosjean does that to me in F1 game all the time, drives me mad. Love Roman. He genuinely just seems like a guy who loves cars. Like it was the thing when there was like storms and they're all stuck in the hotel, and so Grosjean just just built a car. When was that? That was definitely last year, but why? Why were they stuck inside? Stuck in the hotel? Like it must have been rain. One of the practice or qualifying was off because of the rain, so it went down to the FP3. Oh, Hamilton now. Hammer time. It's all to do with Bottas and Verstappen here with the pit stops. Pit window is open from the medium. One-stop strategy apparently from the F1 Insights. Powered by AWS. I can't tell if they are fans or... This is what I'm sorry you're today. This is why I'm not used to the 12. I was looking at all the other races. They're all at normal times for us, so we are good. We are very good. I'm just going to have a look on Twitter. Yeah, nothing really. Oh, Japan, I think it was a 6-wheel car. Yeah, I just remembered it was when qualifying was cancelled, so it was free practice 3 results which would put thingy. Oh, Hamilton can get for sure, Chris. You can easily get one here. Ricciardo just get past Kevin Magnussen. Okay, and now TV has just stopped working. Apologies. Are you gonna help? Right, you lot might have to keep me with it in case anything happens because my now TV has just crashed. Well, no, it's crashed. It's turned itself off. Let's reload it up. It's just signed me out. Can't tell you, Prince. Can't tell you. Sky Sports F1 up in now TV. I'll tell you once it loads up. bloody backing glide. We'll see if it loads up now. There we go. Just showing Daniel Ricciardo. I don't know who he's overtaking there. It's Schumacher. Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell. Should be this tied. Shouldn't be. Bottas, Verstappen and Perez, Leclerc, Kvyat, Hamilton, Vettel, Ocon, Ricciardo, Raikkonen, Albon, Gasly, Norris, Magnussen, Grosjean, Giovinazzi, Latifi and George Russell. Perez does pit, but you can see where Perez will come out. He was 14 seconds behind Verstappen. So I'll do if Leclerc gets ahead Perez. There's a 10-second gap between Kvyat and Hamilton. Perez does pit. So now, the interesting thing is, will he get out before Lewis Hamilton? No, he won't. Hamilton will overtake. Will he get out? Will Vettel? Ooh, perfect timing from Racing Point, Get out just ahead of Sebastian Vettel, who will have to pit soon. Esteban Ocon now. He's set himself up really well. You need bed in the fan. I don't need the fan. The room's actually quite cool today, Prince. But yeah, definitely I need the bed. It's behind this. You can actually just see it. There. Hope Kvyat can get a podium in home Grand Prix. Unlikely. Fourth, he's going to have to pit. That's the problem. Yeah, he's going to have to pit. So, right. I'm just going to quickly grab a drink, but you'll see where I'm going. So, keep me updated. Hello, we're back. We're back. Nothing's happening. Oh shit! We knew it was going to be the problem today with this stream, because it's Russia, and Russia is a fucking boring track. At least you had the early safety car, so we'll wait and see. How is everyone today? Busy day? It's the same when there's a boring football match, but this is even worse. Albon there sitting in 11th. Vettel and Ocon sitting in 7th and 8th. Okay, hell. Jesus Christ. I should just go to bed, shouldn't I? I'll go to bed, wake me up when something insane happens in this race. So we know nothing will. Camera's gone, there we go. There's a good gap. There's a 39-second gap between Bottas and Hamilton. Verstappen is 32 seconds ahead of Hamilton, but with this pit lane and stuff, it is a bit longer. And we're halfway through. 46, no, we're not. It's when we get to lap 27, we'll be halfway through. Or lap 26. Depends which way you want to go. If you want to go 1 over or 1 under. You're seeing Cyril Abiteboul there, talking to race engineer. Oh, I think I wasn't really looking forward to this race, unfortunately, just because, well, it's Russia, and we know Russia is so boring, and I definitely don't think it belongs on the track. It's not like where there are entertaining corners or entertaining places for overtakes. You've only got the long corner, but that rarely even happens. Mercedes this weekend, or Hamilton this weekend. Can you see it? Next to a real bunch of Kazade, kind of the accent. Hamilton right now. It's the Netflix curse. I was telling you. If Bottas wins, it's fine. But it is a Netflix curse. Lando's trending on Twitter. I think. At least George, Alex, and Lando are back together. I shall simply pretend I don't see Lando in P18. Stroll's trending. Lance Stroll, Sebastian Vettel will be an eye opener for the team. I think it was Leclerc. It was Leclerc and Lance did collide possibly. Interesting. Poor Sergio. Yeah, they put all the new stuff on Lance's car yet. Now it's all gone. Why is Allison trending? Hamilton does get past Sergio Perez, by the way, because Perez does pit. Hamilton's saying, well, you stopped me so early, I have to manage now, I'll struggle to make it to the end. And they just reply with the Verstappen times. I think people complain at Hamilton because he does complain a lot. But I genuinely just think it is, he wants to win so much. He just really, you know what I mean? You know when you're so passionate about something and you want to win, that you sort of forget everything that's going on. I don't have many sporting comparisons. I've got, like, when you're playing a COD, let's say, and playing Warzone, and there's 3 people left, and you know it's a team of 2, and you're the only one left, and your teammates are there shouting out, saying where they are, which is really helpful. Like the information Bono's just given Hamilton, really useful. So Hamilton is Verstappen's nearly 40 seconds in front, but they have got the pit stop. It is useful, but when you're pissed off because you've made a mistake and then you're having to try clutch up, you just want fucking dead silence, and you just don't get it. I suppose that's what the same is for Hamilton. It'll be very tough for Hamilton now. I saw that nothing's happening, and that's so annoying for this track. I mean, Kvyat sitting in P4, well done. Same with Charles Leclerc sitting in P3, by the way. One thing I do like to see. One thing you do like to see, I suppose. Positives are positives. I feel bad for the this is why Hamilton a champion and winner. He just wants it so bad, yeah. And I feel bad for the people that race Point Factory. They make them pass and they get absolutely destroyed. And so, in fairness, Bottas, Verstappen, Leclerc, and Kvyat, Vettel, and Raikkonen, all cars that have not paid. Russell has done 2 pit stops. The rest are all on 1. Yeah, and it's not. I think normally because it's Lance's fault there. He hits a curb. Leclerc punts him a little bit. I'm pretty confident, and unfortunately, it puts Lance out of the race. Daniel Ricciardo gets past Esteban Ocon. I didn't. Let's have a look here. So Ricciardo and Ocon should get past Vettel. They probably should get past Perez is paid. So they won't get past Perez, but Kvyat and Leclerc possibly, because there's such a big gap now. I was Ricciardo goes wide there, but it's Esteban Ocon lets his teammate go through. Interesting here. And it's Max Verstappen who does pit. He's got a good time. Red Bull have got to have a quick pit stop. In, out. Great pit stop by Red Bull. Great pit stop. As far as all you will see is this when we stream. 1.9 seconds for Red Bull. Great pit stop. It's going to be Leclerc who does go into P2 from Max. It will be Kvyat who will get into that. Ooh, we'll be very close. They'll come racing out of the pit lane. Kvyat will just get him. We'll just get him. Kvyat will pit though. We know we will. Same with Leclerc. So Verstappen will be in P2. Genuinely, Hamilton will be in P3. I think F1 in India was so amazing. Shame it doesn't happen. I've never seen F1 in India. Never seen it. You know, I like Daddy Kvyat. Bottas is pitting as well. 31 seconds gap to Charles Leclerc. See if Merck can do a bad pit stop. It's close. Didn't Vettel win every Indian GP? I can have a look for you. Indian GP F1. Having a look. First held in 2011. Most win drives. It's Sebastian Vettel with 3 in the Red Bull. Yeah, he won all of them. Vettel, and Vettel on a Red Bull Renault. I'm just looking to see why it was removed. Into August 2013. In August 2013, FIA announced that the Indian Grand Prix would be missing in 2014 before returning to an early season slot in 2015. Subsequently, because of a tax dispute with the Uttar Pradesh government, that tour was ruled out and the race didn't need to return for the 2016 season, nor has it ever since. And it's going to be Bottas. Bottas, great pit stop. He does pit. And Bottas will come out into the track in the lead, very comfortable. But it's Max Verstappen now going to be hunting Daniel Kvyat. Ooh. Ricciardo under investigation. Verstappen doesn't get back under investigation. So basically, it was the thing what we talked about turn 2 of failing to follow the race start instructions. So it's if you hit the orange curb, you have to go around. Whereas Daniel doesn't. He hits the orange curb and he goes back on the track. So I think we could see a penalty for Daniel Ricciardo here. And unfortunate as well. Speaking of Ricciardo, he'll send it on the inside of Sebastian Vettel. Oh, Vettel squeezed him out. Vettel does squeeze him out, and Ricciardo will hunt down Sebastian Vettel here. Oh, close here for Daniel Ricciardo, and he'll still hunt down Sebastian Vettel. We're getting a good mid-table battle here. We're halfway through the race, so another 50 minutes left of a lovely Russian track. Ricciardo there under pressure from his teammate Fernando Spanock, and with that time penalty, they might have to switch them again. Leclerc's doing decent here. Sitting in second, 6 seconds behind Bottas. Obviously, he will have to pit. Kvyat and Leclerc having a great race here. But Hamilton will go into a podium place, which is mental. Ricciardo does get past Sebastian Vettel. Very interesting. We expect Ricciardo to get a 5-second penalty. I'm just going to look now. Ricciardo could get a penalty for a move on his teammate who was letting him through. FYI, so this is about Hamilton's penalty. These are the race directors note. Practice starts. Practice starts may only be carried out on the right-hand side of the pit exit lights, and for the avoidance of doubt, this includes any time the pit exit is open for the race. Drivers must leave adequate room on their left for another driver to pass. For reasons of safety and sport and equality, cars may not stop in the fast lane at any time the pit exit is open without a justifiable reason. A practice start is not considered a justifiable reason. Daniel Ricciardo does get a time penalty. Let's have him pitting again. Interesting. Ooh. Oh, let's crack my neck. I think Seb needs to ask them more than they need him. Yeah. I think for Seb it's a really big confidence booster. Because we know this Ferrari hasn't been good for him this season. And they're just showing Daniel Ricciardo here. Yep, they're re-switching him. Oh. It's showing the Daniel. Interesting that. Ricciardo might be shouted there just to the call from Renault. Apparently it looks like the call's made late. It's going to be Charles Leclerc who does pit. Where does he come out? Kvyat and Hamilton will get past him. Charles Leclerc, 3.3 seconds. Fucking hell. That's nearly double. No Russia title for Abdul. Not yet. Not yet. Do you think they'll get one? Let us know in the chat. Do you think they'll get Renault get a podium this year? I'm just going through now. Nothing really happening here. Ooh. And Charles Leclerc's come out ahead of Esteban Ocon. This is nice. We're going to get a nice little battle for 7th here. Um, ooh. This will be very interesting now. Could be a really good battle between Econ and Charles Leclerc. I know they're both Frenchmen. Charles Leclerc's not French, he's from Monaco. Daniel Ricciardo, one of the most consistent drivers in my opinion, for sure. I think he's so good at what he does. I think he's been unfortunate. I feel like the call was made very late. I think it was made very late. Hmm. I don't know. So when Ricciardo takes his 5 seconds, I'll be interested to see when. Hmm. They were just so unfortunate, Renault here, because they made the switch, which is fair enough. Danny was faster, but unfortunately, it was too late. Ricardo locks up and he just rejoins the track instead of going off the back road, which means it's a penalty. So people in Ampere, Bell, Raikkonen, and Kvyat, so they're going to drop down the podium places a bit. You know, Kvyat's still going, and fair play in his home Grand Prix. They're just showing the timing chart. Hamilton is slower. Sorry, guys. Hamilton is slower than Max. He's nearly a second quicker, I'm pretty confident. He's over a second quicker, actually. 1.8 seconds quicker. Ooh. I think Renault will get a podium this season. Yeah, same. I don't know where. I just Daniel has been driving so well in qualifying and practices. I just think he's got to get one soon, and maybe Esteban. His best opportunity was obviously Italy 1, maybe Italy 2 as well, but Italy 1 for sure. And unfortunately, just couldn't make it really stick. We got a lovely podium, and I'm never going to complain about that. With Lance, Gasly, and Charles. Who was on the podium? It was Pierre, Lance, not Bottas. Hamilton, no. What? Guys, I've gone insane. Who? And it's going to be Kvyat. It's going to be Kvyat who does pit. Uh, schedule. Italy 1. Signs. Carlos Signs. Which is your favourite F1 track? I like Austria. I like Silverstone because I'm English. Baku because I like city tracks. Baku, Singapore. I'm not a fan of Bahrain. I'm not a fan of really the final last tracks. I like Australia. There's parts of it that I like, and I like the really long straight, and then you the double curve. If that makes sense. Vettel dropped down to 13th, 14th now. We'll see how far he goes. 15th now. He will come out ahead of October. F1 during lunch is weird as fuck. I'm used to it. I'm just for some reason I'm just really tired and I'm not used to having it at 12. Like 2 o'clock is a good time. I've just closed StreamYard down. No, I am. We're all good. I put it on a different tab. I got very scared. Like very. Ricardo Fazio just telling him. it's it's one thing I like to see from Daniel. Is unlike a lot of drivers, he doesn't really complain. I think that one is obviously knows it's his fault. He's like, my bad, I'll drive faster. Like it's not like he goes, oh, fuck, I know, bad, stupid. He's like, my bad, I'll make up to you. And you know what? I think he can. I don't know if he's got pace. That's my worry. I don't know if it's 2-stop this race. Anyone know? Is it usually 2-stop? Hamilton gets 2 penalty points for his infringements today, and he's now on 10 penalty points. When he hits 12, it's a race ban, which means, oh, which means he could get a race ban for, let's say he does another. If he gets another 2 penalty points. Ooh. So FIA claims 1 penalty point per incident for Hamilton. So I'll take him up to 10. He won't. drop any until after the Turkish Grand Prix. Okay, right, yeah. Very interesting now to see what happens. Okay. Ricardo is such a likable driver. He is. He just seems like a genuine nice guy, and I think sometimes you need that in F1. Just a guy who you feel like you can get on with. Oh, how long? Well, 32 laps. 21 laps left. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I do apologise. I do apologise, really. So this is why you get some good sleep. I went to bed at 10, woke up at quarter past. I went to bed at 2, woke up at quarter past 10. Not bad, innit? Could be a lot worse. 8 hours sleep. And how much like your recommended amount you're supposed to have. Especially doing a cheeky shoey. It's one of my favourite things where he's just talking about how all of the people that come on the grid just want to do a shoey. I'm like, you're all just psychopaths. Yeah, he's a very charismatic guy, which makes it entertaining. I think, and in driving, he is not afraid. That's one thing that driving is I'm gonna. We know he sends it. He's not afraid to send it. Oh, legs are so achy from just. So one thing I hate about streaming, I love doing it. I love doing these watch alongs, really do. But my legs just go. Kvyat now putting Espanok under a lot of pressure. Let's gaslight him, man. They've literally got the wrong graphics up. Who did? Again, look at the top three: Bottas, Verstappen, Hamilton. It is just a boring track, in it. It really is. We've got 20 minutes left. 20 minutes left. We can do it. No, we don't. No, we don't. That's a lie. 1 minute 40-ish. Every lap is 1 minute 30, so around 20 minutes. 20 minutes at 10, 30, half an hour. Half an hour left. Thank you to everyone that sticked on through this boring race. Did you watch Le Mans? I didn't, Prince. Was it good? I saw that Paul de Resta win something in it. I saw that that tweeted out. But yeah, I did see Le Mans. I'll be honest, I don't really watch much motorsport apart from F1, which is probably bad of me, but when you watch a lot of sports, I feel like. So I'll try watching F2 race if I'm up or if I'm like in the chain to watch some more. But it's only F1, wrestling, football, rugby. So watched a bit of rugby yesterday. Sale are playing on Tuesday. I was thinking about doing a stream for that, but I just think it's really not going to get amazing views for a rugby. You watch the full 24 tradition. Jesus, fair play, Prince. Fair play. We've seen is Pierre Gasly going to try and get Kimi Raikkonen? He'll get him. And Pierre Gasly gets past Kimi Raikkonen, gets that now. Kvyat and Ocon seem to have the fullest personalities to be on the grid. What do you mean by fullest? Like, yeah. Dullest, there we go. I'm about to say fullest. Yeah. Kimi technically does, but that's what makes Kimi. Nick Latifi's just not a normal guy. I'll go through the grid and I'll tell you who I think is the dullest along. Roman, no, I'm not going to say it. I genuinely think he loves racing. I think that sometimes does come across. He's very passionate. Okay, here we go. Sainz no, Stroll no. Both entertaining-ish. Russell no. Latifi no. I think he's quite popular. Vettel, Seb no. Alex Albon, a little bit, Not as much. I think it depends who he's with. Giovinazzi, you don't really see much of Antonio, do you? So it's sort of not enough to think. Grosjean and Magnussen maybe. Norris no. Raikkonen again. What you said, Kimi's weird funnies. I don't think he means to be. Pierre Gasly, nah, he's seems like Kvyat, yeah, quite boring. Ocon, yeah, quite boring. Charles, no. Daniel, no. Perez a little bit. And then Hamilton, yeah, again, the same with Bottas, the same with Verstappen. Maybe not Max, but when you're at your peak level, sometimes you might not be able to show as much personality as you'd want to. 1:38 everyone, so it's probably like 5 minutes left, maybe. You want to go there next year? You want to go to Sochi, Prince? Oh, Le Mans. How much does it cost for like tickets to Le Mans? Because like, do you buy a 24-hour ticket and camp there? As if you do, Jesus. What's just happened there? Just giving it. Gonna be sad day when the legend of radio's Kimi Räikkönen announces his retirement. I see Räikkönen as an absolute arrogant idiot, but that's just me. I know what you mean. I think, yeah, he's not like a lot of the other drivers where they've got like Ricardo's got something about him. The youngsters do as well. Have you seen Ford versus Ferrari movie? No, it's on my list. I just haven't got around to watching it. I don't really watch much films anyway, so when I want to watch it, I'll do it. Who do you think is best driver in terms of racing? It's on Salmon. Entertainment, you've got Bunch, Norris, Russell, Albon, Leclerc, Ricardo, Max, even at a point. But yeah, in terms of driver, it's Lewis Hamilton. And I'm not even a Lewis fan. It's very obviously he's the best, one of the best ever drivers, up with Michael Schumacher and Senna. Um, Vettel, Vettel is up there. Not this year, obviously on the Ferrari. Kvyat now. How do you pronounce it? Is it Kvyat? Kvyat. It's Daniel. I know that. It's Daniel Kvyat. Is it Kvyat? Is it Kvyat? Who absolutely knows? Raikkonen pitted now. He hadn't paid for the entire thing. Oh, Kvyat just trying to find a spot behind Esteban Ocon. Ricardo, 10 seconds behind Perez. He's got a bit of work to do. If the 5-second penalty stands, I think Ricardo finishes 7th, which I think is a good place to finish, you know. I really do. Because then you get in 5-second penalty and everything. It's such a boring race. It's such a I don't know whether next year I want to do, when the season is back next year, I want to do these streams again, but I'm just worried that we're going to get boring races, unfortunately. I really am. Like the Sochi, so I don't know whether to choose specific ones. Kimi Räikkönen's front left just wasn't going. The gun got stuck. Does slow him down. Do you think Kimi? Let us know in the chat. Do you think Kimi will retire this year? Do you think he'll call it quits? Since he said it's his hobby, so do you think they'll go? We don't want your team. Danny Rick, Seb, and Kimi would be my picks to have a beer with. Oh, if we're going beer, you could choose 3. Harry currently best alone. Max has a pace, but it's still a long way. Still young though. Seb's skills control the race maybe before I killed his meant, and Kimi just can't give a shit anymore. Yeah, for sure. You're perfect. Really, what you said there, you've summed it up best. If we're on about, we can go for a bev with. I say we choose 3. So for me, Lando Norris, because I could talk about games with him, like Warzone and stuff, and Twitch streaming. Ricardo just for a laugh. And Bottas, because I want to see how much he can drink, because I feel like he could drink a lot. And I so want to see how far he could go. Or Hamilton just talk about racing and why he's so good. Esteban Ocon now. Under pressure down to Kvyat. Okay, now man. It's when I'm just sat watching a TV screen. I just yawn all the time. 1:20 UK time. Carlos building up that gap between him and Leclerc. Alonso, though, I say could be fighting for Hamilton for the title on Mercedes. Coming back. He's coming back next year in the Renault. Interesting, really interesting. I just think, why don't invest in it? Why bring someone old back? Maybe your sales are not what you want them to be. You want to bring that big name, but I think it's stupid bringing a youngster and embed him up. Like, look what Williams have done. Brought George Russell in the 2019 season. 2019 season. Bring him in. And now, 2 seasons deep, yes, he's got no points. Oh, Max Verstappen! It's Alex Albon, sorry, on Giovinazzi. It's because they've loaded up the wrong graphic. It's so annoying. But Alex Albon does get past Giovinazzi, which I never thought would say in Battle for P13. Mental. Mental from the boy. Oh, a bit peckish. I don't want any more of these brunch bars because I'll just be living off them. I've got some cereal, but oh, there we go. Pop that. Where's my bin? My bin. I don't have a bin. I've got a bag that's got full of rubbish. There we go. Put that there. Alex Albon. It's going to be tough for him this race. We know it is. Look at the green screen. The green screen's nice, isn't it? Josh's green screen. So he does stream on Twitch. I think he might be going back to that soon. I don't know. Maybe some streamers of Football Manager. There'll be something new coming when the new FM comes out. Josh is still working on it, but there's something new coming there. Him. Okay. Anyone got any questions? Why not? Oh, Verstappen is catching up to Bottas. He's doing nearly a second lap quicker in the past two. Anyone got any random questions? It don't have to be a motorsport. It could be about other sports. Feel free to ask away because, well, this race is boring. 13 laps left. 13 laps left. Also, just let's shout, Lando Norris sat in 10th. Well done. From a horrid start to avoid everyone, up 8 places. I just think Alonso is good enough to justify the choice. Problem is Ocon. As long as his drive performs, I don't mind if he's 23 or 66. True. Esteban Ocon is a strange one because, especially this season, not a standout performance for me. Ricciardo has been a better driver than him, I think. You know what? Esteban is good for a second driver, and that's what it'll be when Fernando comes in as well. It's Alex Albon or Romain Grosjean. And he gets him. Ooh. And Grosjean has to run wide here. And now Giovinazzi will put him under pressure, I think. Go on, Antonio. Thank you for if you don't heard of us, we are the Sports Corner. Monday's tier list, Tuesday the Wrestling Corner, half 11, the most consistent podcast on the channel. Me and Simon talk about wrestling. On Wednesday, it's the Top Corner podcast, the football podcast, the Big Daddy, the good one. Back every Wednesday, possibly. Thursday is nothing. Friday is NFL. The NFL Corner, they'll be reacting to all of them, all of the sports. All the sports that they want, the Brits, all the NFL games. Of my boy, the Jacksonville Jaguars did lose to the Dolphins at the weekend on Thursday night, Friday morning. Saturday and Sunday with these normal football watch-alongs and then the cycle repeats. What would your dream 2021 grid? Thank you, Prince Greg. Yeah, definitely Ricardo, Vettel, Raikkonen, Todd Beers. Okay, so Merck, Bottas, and Hamilton. I'm going to have to remember which ones have been confirmed. But Merck, Bottas, and Hamilton. Red Bull, Verstappen, Kvyat. If Kvyat stay, Racing Point is Lance, is Aston Martin, it's Lance and Seb. McLaren, it's Lando and Daniel already confirmed. What are the big team are missing out in that top 5? McLaren, AlphaTauri, Kvyat Albon. No, Kvyat, Gasly Albon. Both stick at the AlphaTauris. Why not? And Giovinazzi. That's nice by Antonio Giovinazzi. Haas, I think it's a brand new reset. Perez and Callum Alfa Romeo, Robert Schwartzman and Mick Schumacher. I think Giovinazzi and Kimi will go. Ferrari, fucking hell, I forgot about Ferrari. Well, that's already been confirmed. It's Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc. Williams, George Russell, Nicholas Latifi. Then that's been confirmed, but if not, keep that. I think that's everyone. I think. So it'd be Grosjean. Magnussen, Giovinazzi, and Raikkonen all leaving the seat. Yeah, all leaving. I can see maybe one of the Haas's staying and a youngster not getting called up from F2, and I think Sergio, maybe Kevin Magnussen. I could definitely say. For sure, but yeah. Oh, by the way, this is so boring. There's 12 laps left and nothing's happening. By the way, Daniel Ricciardo has got a 5-second gap to Charles Leclerc, so as of now, he will have secured 5th. He is 11 seconds behind Sergio Perez. But Verstappen is 12 seconds behind Bottas, Hamilton 9 seconds behind Verstappen, Perez 10 seconds behind Hamilton. So if these lot made the tyres last the time, there's going to be Sebastian Vettel who's going to try and get past Roman Grosjean here. Fucking hell, Rowan. Where's your professionalism? I mean, I've sworn multiple times, but where's your professionalism? Oh, it's squeezing. Oh, they bumped. That's one of the problems here with Grosjean. He goes wide, and then he has to come back on and hits the barriers, which is fair enough. The problem is he didn't have time to go left and right. He would have crashed. It'd be very interesting. Just showing it now. Vettel goes on the outside to Roman Grosjean. Then he tries to get onto the inside of the corner. Grosjean bumps him. Grosjean then is forced wide, but so does Vettel. Vettel goes wide. There may be damage for the cars here. Or for the car. Ooh. Ooh. Let's have a look. Grosjean does try to at least make something of it. Verstappen and Hamilton now. Hamilton is a lot quicker than Max Verstappen. He's making, in past 4 laps, he's made nearly 1.7 seconds. 1.5 seconds, sorry. 1.6, there we go. Quick maths. Hamilton 4/10ths quicker in sector 1 than Max Verstappen. He's got 11 laps to catch up. Can he do it? We're going to get a boring ending as we'd expect from Sochi. We got a great start. Early safety car with Stroll and Sainz. Albon does get past Kevin Magnussen. It's going to be a good battle between Lando Norris and Alex Albon for the points here, by the way. Oh, there is a lot of fans there, which is nice to see. At least some countries have done this better than us. Grosjean is rumored to be linked with all the French Peugeot Le Mans hypercar team. I think that's where it's. You know what? Fair enough. I think Grosjean's had a good enough career in F1. Why not go? Do we think? I saw that. Who was it? Was it Perez? Zach Brown said if Perez doesn't want to stay in F1, there'll be a space for him on the IndyCar team. If Perez wants to go to IndyCar, no. And Marcus Ericsson's currently doing that. I'm thinking of former F1 drivers, Alonso. VSC. Virtual safety car. Oh, yep. There's been a virtual safety car because they had to put some fresh bollards in. So Korean Chinese actually just made me laugh with bring out the red flag. Virtual safety car will be ending now. Will be your all-time dream partnership. I think I got asked this at the start of the streams, and I went, I don't have much knowledge in terms of history of F1. Oh, who's this pitting? Pierre Gasly pitting. Oh, that's might be unfortunate. Oh, wow. Oh, my. That's really poor by AlphaTauri there. Russell gets past Latifi. Honestly, Chris, that's really poor. So Gasly pits. I'm guessing AlphaTauri presuming the virtual safety car is going to be there for a lot longer, but it isn't. Gasly's in P11 now. He has got fresh tyres, though. They've really missed that. Dream partnership, but I think it's going to be Schumacher and Hamilton in terms of if you want the most winningest team. So yeah, most winningest team will go Schumacher, Schumacher, Hamilton. For I think for humour, Norris and Ricardo, I'm getting it. I think for up and comers, Verstappen and Gasly, we've already had it, but I think a motivated Gasly. Great. In my dreams, I go Hamilton, Russell. Okay, yeah. Max and Alex stick the same. Seb Lance, confirmed. Leclerc Sainz, confirmed. Lando, Rick. Alonso and Gasly, that'll be Renault. Kvyat and DAC. Let me try and guess what DAC is. Is this AlphaTauri? DAC. DAC. You might have to help me pronounce here. DAC. DAC. Hulkenberg and Callum Ilott for something. Gio and Schumi for Alfa Romeo, and Latifi for Nick De Vries. Is that Nick De Vries? Who's DAC? DAC. I can figure this out. Dak. Who's Dak? DaCosta? No. Dak. So I'm guessing that's Merc, Red Bull, Racing Point. Sorry, Aston Martin, Ferrari, McLaren, Renault, Alpha Tauri, Haas, Alfa Romeo, Williams. Yeah. You know what? So no Schwartzman. You're saying is the Formula E Championship? Yeah. Felix da Costa. Is that who it is? Did he win? Or am I Antonio Felix da Costa? Or am I making that up? Da Costa, yeah, that's going to be right, isn't it? It's not Jeff. Yeah, I'll be right. Always right, mate. So no Schwartzman, Prince. Wow, bold. And I'm guessing it's Nick DeVries, yeah. Okay. You know, I could see that maybe without Gio. Without Gio, I'm putting Robert Schwartzman. I just feel like Schwartzman deserves the upgrade, unless he can have next season in F2 and just dominate. You give Robert another F2 season, fair play. In fairness, I don't think we might see it till 2021, just because I think Schwartzman and Schumacher might have one another year in F2 to really own the craft. Whereas I could see Nick DeVries and DaCosta coming in, and I think maybe Cal Miller. I could see him come up. There's so many American drivers in there that are big. I'm trying to think. I'm just thinking for Haas personally. Alpha Tauri going, let's go get what we deserve. We're going to get a good panel battle with 8 laps left. Gasly, Alex Albon, Norris, all battling. Gasly has got fresher tyres. He has got fresher tyres and he's got a bit of time. Yeah, I feel Robert needs more consistency. Fair enough. I can understand that. Oh, Alex Albon on Lando Norris. Norris does get it, but he slows down the pack, which gives Gasly a bit of space now. Interesting racing. It's Lando Norris now. I'd love Perez and Hulkenberg at Haas, yeah. Oh, yeah, no, Perez, Prince. Yeah. I think Perez should stay in F1, but I don't know whether he wants to stay. Maybe he's going to be like, do you know, you get the one club men. Because he's been so loyal. It's Alex Albon on. Oh, Alex Albon on Lando Norris. Lando Norris will get him on the inside of the corner. Oof. Ooh. Ooh. Albon squeezing Gasly into the wall nearly. Also, Norris has just got a right burst of speed. Look how far ahead, and it's Pierre Gasly on the outside of Alex Albon. And Pierre Gasly has done it. Wow. Alex Albon on P11. Apparently, Norris might have deployed a lot of energy, so he got so much speed. Wow. I'd love to see Haas Renault. All right. Haas Renault. All right. That is nice from Pierre Gasly. He uses Lando's burst, so Albon's really has not got slipstream to use thing, and he just bursts around him. You know what, Pierre Gasly is up there for he's not the most entertaining in terms of like. Oh, Alex Albon gets past him, but it's just anyway. It's just Pierre Gasly's little things when he doesn't have to like. You like that, your boy, your boy. Well done, Pierre. Interesting. It was risky. It was very risky, but when there was such a gap between all of them, why not? Perez, great race. I think we seem to forget. Sergio Perez sitting in P4. Just sitting behind in between the Williams here. And it's what I feel sorry for with the Williams is they just really aren't allowed to compete and test the car. Obviously, another car in quick, but I'm hoping next season the not big investors, the takeovers happened. There's no Frank and Claire Williams. I think it's bad and good. I think Claire would have brought in a nice atmosphere. Gasly on Lando Norris. Ooh, Norris defends him. Grosjean is under investigation here, and I'm guessing it's for when for turn 2 incidents. Following to fail the race start restrictions. I think he might let off here because I don't think he had enough time. But we'll wait and see. He's 18th anyway. It's not going to matter. Laps left. There is 6 laps left, Prince. 6 laps left. Pierre Gasly and Lando Norris going to be battling now, going to that main straight right now. No further action. I think that's because he goes for Altair next season will be Gasly and Albon, in my opinion. I think so. I really do. And either they bring up someone, Sonoda maybe, or it's Kvyat gets the Red Bull seat. Gasly gets past Lando Norris, and I think that's just because of the fresher tyres, but it's going to be interesting now. Alex Albon and Lando Norris now. Lando Norris struggling for grip. There's 5 seconds left because Alex Albon is now going to be putting him under a lot of pressure. Pierre Gasly and P9. Norris still holding on to 10th. Alex Albon in 11th. If you're a thingy, you're going to feel a bit downhearted. If you don't get points, Lando Norris. Verstappen, I think, just sets first. We've seen Pierre Gasly. It's quite a relatively easy overtake. He's got so much more pace. Just pulls it out a bit more, forces Lando to slow down. It's going to be interesting from Alex Albon now. Can he do it? Can Alex Albon get that points position, which he really needs? Really needs. Gasly's really got away. Albon can't catch up to Norris. Norris looks up though. Albon gets past him. That's a big lockup from Lando Norris now. I think he's got issues. Lando. Lando's coming into the pits. He's definitely got an issue. Poor McLaren, poor race. Is it a pit stop? Wow. Lando Norris raced 45 laps on the tyre. Poor pit stop, but it doesn't matter. Very interesting now, though. Max Verstappen says fastest lap. I still get why Albon is so far from them. Has Perez and Illa. I think they will have a mixed experience. Great shout, great shout. I still get why Albon is. It's mental, isn't it? Is it a car issue? Is it a Max issue? What is the problem? What is the issue with them guys? Go on, Max. The front 5 has been quite boring now. Ricciardo's 10 seconds ahead of Leclerc, but he's nearly 13 seconds behind. I think 4 laps left. Poor Lando. Giovinazzi's raced nice here. Just in 11th, just outside the points, but Antonio, I mean, I said replaced Antonio, but he's 7 seconds behind Albon. We sort of need an Albon mistake, possibly a crash. I don't want to say a crash, or maybe, I don't know. Really interesting here. Grosjean has had to go wide again at turn 2. So one thing I don't like about this track is people can go wide and then they have to. Oh, Giovinazzi does nice here on the inside of Giovinazzi. Very nice. Chris, Alfa Romeo, Raikkonen and Mick Schumacher 1 more year for Raikkonen. Okay. I think we all agree with the idea of Schumacher to Alfa, Ilott to Haas. Yeah. I definitely think we will see 2 call-ups from F2. One of them's called it call-ups, like it's fucking. I think we'll see 2 people come up from there, and I think it might be Schumacher and Ilott. I think Ilott is guaranteed, and I think it's going to be Haas. I really do. Getting an Englishman in there. But yeah, it's that second seat at Haas where do they keep Magnussen or keep Grosjean? Like Prince, you said about Grosjean going to Le Mans. Maybe K-Mag stays for 1 more season. It'd be interesting. It'd be very interesting. I'm trying to think of other people who really the name I'm being thrown around, but could Sonoda possibly for a Red Bull seat. Aitken, I don't see. which is quite inconsistent, unfortunately. Because I think he seems like a nice guy from like the YouTube videos I've seen, like podcasts he's on. He's just inconsistent. Should we load up the F2 standings as well, man? F2 standings. So as it stands, it's Mick Schumacher, Calmelo, Sonoda, Lundegaard, Schwartzman, Mazepan, Delatraz, Guangzhou, Giotto, and Dan Ticktum in the top 10. You've got Drugovic, Aitken, Matsushita, Max Armstrong, Deruvala, Yuri Vips, Elise Markelov, Nisane, Shonglale, PK, Sato, Hughes, and Samaya. 3 laps left. I think, unfortunately for Thinger, he's just stuck in traffic. Also, there's going to be a month now until the next F2 race because it's Sochi, and then it's 27th of November in Bahrain. And F3, I think have finished, haven't they? Final race was in Mugello. Who won that? It was Oscar Piastri, the Australian. Yeah, I remember that. This guy called Beckham, man. It's called Beckman. Shut up, Rowan. By the way, nothing's happening in the race. Stanner has had enough of magazine aggression. I'm looking forward to Drive to Survive for next season because it's going to be a very interesting one especially with all the races that went on. Obviously, all the back stuff. I've lost faith in K-Mac being into CAF. Yeah, sure. I can see Sonoda at Alpha Tara replace them both. Replace both the Haas. Yeah, I think that's probably this. Considering they haven't announced anything, I think the only other team who haven't announced any driver are Alpha Tauri and Alpha Romeo, the Alphas. Sonoda, I could see Sonoda who's sitting in third. He's ahead of Schwartzman. So let's say that Schwartzman wants to do the season. I could see Sonoda maybe taking over from Kvyat. It's Kimi Räikkönen versus Sebastian Vettel, by the way. Both legends in this sport. Would it be risky for Sonoda to move to Red Bull straight away and not stand at Red Bull feed? Yes, it'd be very risky. But the problem is it risky? Because you might get the call up to Red Bull and it might not pay off for Gasly Albon. 1 lap left, by the way. 1 lap left. Bottas does set the fastest time. Seeing it now. Kimi Räikkönen can't get past Sebastian Vettel. I think this is how the race is going to end. It's going to be Russell, Grosjean, Latifi, Norris, Raikkonen, Vettel, Magnussen, Giovinazzi, Albon, Gasly, Kvyat, Ocon, Leclerc, Ricciardo, Perez, and your top 3 is Hamilton, who had a 10-second penalty. It's Max Verstappen, who's drove a grace, and it's Valtteri Bottas, who got lucky with the penalty. They did say they want AT. Okay. Red Bull did risk with Albon then halfway through last season. They did. And it could have paid off. If you got that podium in Brazil, George Russell pits for some reason. Unless he's just... Why is George Russell pit? Well, he's going to go for a fastest lap. Why not? There's no harm, I suppose. There's genuinely no harm for him. Driver day is Verstappen, Hamilton, and Leclerc. Guess what? No Valtteri Bottas. They did say they want AlphaTauri's sister team and not a junior team. So it starts to feel like it. Yeah, it really does. I think they've got a really good setup now, AlphaTauri, with Kvyat and Gasly. 2 drivers who have had hard times at Red Bull and have been dropped, and yet they know this team well. And I think same with Alex Albon, to be honest. Very same. Yeah, it's a tough situation. It really is. Hamilton, he's just showing he's got the 10 penalty points. If he gets 2 more, he's a race spam. It's interesting. So if he gets 2 more by the end of the year, he can do it. Oh, it's a good. It's good to see Hamilton not winning. It really is. And as much as I think he's second in the drivers' championship, what? Oh, it's Bottas. It's Bottas. I was about to say how's Hamilton saying it's Valtteri. Bottas is on his final lap, by the way. Bottas is on his final lap. I haven't yawned in a while. That makes. I genuinely have jinxed Anna. Nearly. Oh, come on. I jinxed it. And Valtteri Bottas has done it. And it's what we'd expect from him. It's Max Verstappen in P2. He does a bit of a swivel at the end, but Max Verstappen gets a P2. Well done. And it'll be Lewis Hamilton who gets the P3. There we go. P3. I'm seeing Lando Norris there. Poor race. I'll give you a thing here. Bottas, Verstappen, Hamilton, Perez, Ricciardo, Leclerc, Ocon, Kvyat, Gasly, Albon, top 10. Giovinazzi, Magnussen, Vettel, Raikkonen, Norris, Latifi, and Grosjean. And Russell, I think, finished 18th, unless he retired. No, he finished 18th. Oh, Kvyat and Ocon in a last lap battle. I'm glad they're actually showing it because it's Kvyat and Ocon. Kvyat will send it into that. Oh, can Kvyat still get it? Oh, it's a bit far away now. There's a time penalty. I think it's going to be for Alex Albon gets a 5-second time penalty. Oh, will Kvyat get it? But I don't know what the gap is between Albon and Giovinazzi. When does the Russian GP contract end? Imagine having to get a race ban when you have Grosjean, K-Mag, and who would have thought? 4 points between the. It's close. It's close, isn't it, Chris? It's very close. What's the? Tell us the gap. Yeah, right. He will finish 10th. He will finish 10th, Albon. What? See, that was fun the last lap there. Kvyat nearly getting a knock on. Albon get that 5 seconds, just survives. But well done, Valtteri Bottas. He gets fastest lap as well. And you know what? Well done, Valtteri. He really does deserve it. He's driven an incredible race. He just drove consistently, no mistakes, no penalties, which I think was the biggest thing. Hamilton getting it even before the race, which really was his demise. Well done, Valtteri Bottas. Well done. But thank you very much for joining me. I'm so sorry, guys. It's been a boring race. I've been tired. But you lot kept me entertained with all the chat messages. Thank you very much. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Prince. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, everyone else. Prince. Thank you just to everyone who's commented today. I really appreciate it. Def Shashank, sorry. Just thank you to everyone. I really do appreciate it. But well done, Max Verstappen. Great P2. I think you could have done better, but you've got to give it him. But thank you very much, John. If you haven't heard us, we have the Sports Corner. Share it with your family, share it with your friends, share it with anyone you don't even know. Share on Twitter, share on Facebook. Share it, please. We appreciate the channel. It means the next discuss is still on. It really does. Time penalties for Hamilton. If Netflix weren't there, that time penalties wouldn't have come through. But anyway, unfortunately, we would have won more for Hamilton. Monday's tier list, Tuesday the Wrestling Corner, Wednesday the Top Corner Football Podcast, on Friday the NFL Corner, Saturdays, Sundays we get football watch-alongs nearly every week. Yeah, follow me at RowC99 at the Sports Corner at the Top Corner on Twitter, the _Top Corner on Twitter for any latest updates. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Bye, Chris. Bye, Prince. Bye, Chris.